Club Radio. Club Radio.
Check it out.
Drop it.
It's not a skin problem, it's a sin problem. Sin is the reason we rebel against authority. Sin is the reason we abuse our authority. Sin is the reason we are racist, prejudiced, and lie to cover for our own. The cure for Michael Brown, Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, and Eric Garner is the gospel, because the gospel gives mankind hope.
I heard freedom isn't free, the price tag's expensive. That's why I'm disillusioned, frustrated, and pensive. They gave us a free ride, but they forgot to mention it was a slave ship and divine intervention could not save. You can't tell me that my people is not brave, or that we're not living in lost days. Let me Snapchat my thoughts and reminisce on all the blacks that fought to build a legacy of equality without poverty, by any means necessary, no apologies. It's all coming full circle like a prophecy, cause they try to break us down psychologically. To see a black man get killed in front of his fam by the boys in blue, not the Ku Klux Klan. Pill bottle in his hand, I heard he never ran, but he'll never get to see his kids playing in the sand. Now everybody say amen, which means so be it. Justice is blind, that's why we don't see it. From Ferguson to NY, now it's happening in Phoenix. Christ spilled his blood cause this whole world's anemic. MJ said it, they don't care about us. Not every cop is bad, but how can we repair trust? They shoot first, ask questions is the policy, and a grand jury backs up the hypocrisy. The struggle is real, it's not just a catchphrase. There's more blacks in prison than people who catch AIDS. I'm seeing future Trayvons at the bus stop, and I'm praying that they'll never hear gunshots. We drop bombs over Baghdad, I hope I never end up on a shirt or a hashtag.
Oh, won't you stay with me?
Last night I had a dream that my mama cried.
All I need.
Cause she heard on the news that Obama died. I guess it's open season on black people in general. That's why the situation's critical. I can't breathe.
Stay with me. Oh, won't you stay with me?
Last night I had a dream that my mama cried. Cause she heard on the news that Obama died. I guess it's open season on black people in general. That's why the situation's critical. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Club Light Radio, the inauguration. This is DJ George and Nicole in the mix right now for the weekend. And right now I am so blessed and privileged to have one of our good friends, the Club Light Radio, on the line with me right now. I've got Pablo Armando, who's all of Phoenix right now. Radio station after radio station is playing this brother. We've been playing him too. I mean, if you haven't checked out the Club Light Radio website yet, then you will have no idea that we have him as our opening track. We have him for 2 more tracks down on our playlist. We have his video on the website, so it's not just us, y'all, and I'm going to let him talk about it in a minute, but please introduce yourself to the people, please.
Praise God. Pablo Armando. No, I don't speak Spanish. Don't judge me. And oh, man, I love Jesus, and I love Phoenix so much, and I'm just blessed that the city is like opening its heart, to my ministry and to, well, I guess you can call it a movement now. I don't know, but I'm just really, really having a good time in the Lord. So it's all Him. It really is not a cliche. It really is Him. I mean, He's the one that says, "Okay, it's go time." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All we can do is prepare.
And I wish people really knew what that meant and how long this has been coming for you, Armando, because, I mean, we know you for, like, before I even had, like, kids. This is crazy. So,
absolutely, yeah, man.
We're in the street, like, in strange places, like Hidden House and all kind of crazy places.
Absolutely.
If you're not from Phoenix, you don't know what that is. But I'm telling you, like, just tell us a little bit about your journey and how you got started, because they're getting ready to know you, whether they know it or not. They're getting ready to know all about you. So tell us a little bit about how this is not like overnight success for you right now.
No, definitely not overnight success. Well, I came to Phoenix in '94 and via the Air Force, actually. And I'd asked to be put on the East Coast anywhere. And they gave me Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh my! Your dream list went real well.
Oh man, talk about like dream deferred. I mean, seriously. I'm like, because I was raised in the South, in North Carolina and Virginia. And I'm like, what do they even do out there in Arizona? Like, they just like look at Texas all day. What do y'all do out here? It was
right.
So unfamiliar. So fast forward, I get out here, 94, like I said, and then a year later, someone invited me to church. And I was actually raised Muslim.
Wow.
Yeah, so I went out of just being polite. I had no intentions. I wasn't checking for Jesus at all. Why would I be? And that's something that I think that we as ministers forget. Like, people aren't really checking for a savior when they don't really think they need one.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it was interesting that this brother, his ministry was actually to invite people to church, and he did his JOB. And I went a couple of times, and I got saved. And fast forward some more, I jumped into a youth choir or whatever, and fast forward some more, I jumped into a singing group called Colorblind, and we kind of toured the U.S. and a few countries outside the U.S.,
And they don't even know that you can sing. I mean, everybody's hearing you rap right now. They don't even know that you singing.
That's coming.
He's like the singing guy on everybody's track, but I'm going to let him tell it. Go ahead.
Right. You know what's funny about that? You asked some good questions, by the way, or make some good statements. I grew up not thinking I could sing. And here's why. I had a really important family member say to my mother loudly that the boy can't sing, he can't sing. And it's funny because that word curse haunted me for the longest time. I'm talking well into my adult life. And again, thank God for Jesus, because we truly can do all things through Christ, And that individual, I've forgiven him, and I moved past that. But every now and again, I get a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie, but I keep thinking about what Christ did on the cross for me. He had a moment of weakness too, where he said to his Father, "Is there any other way?" And sometimes I have that moment before I go on stage to minister at my local church, Radiant Life, or out and about. I ask myself, is there any other way? And then I'm reminded that no, there isn't. There really isn't. You have been called for this season to go forward and just proclaim the love of Jesus in I hope a unique way. I'm the kind of person that my personality, I'm a lover. I like to love on people. I like to get in their lives. I like to be a part of what they're doing and support them. And so my approach is just pure love. It's pure love. No motive, just love, 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 love. And so that's really sustained me through a lot of, ups and downs. And as you know, I had my label once upon a time. That was probably, 97, I would imagine. And we put out some great music from The Rep and Mustafa and
Phoenix
I know you know about that.
Yeah, Phoenix growing right there.
Yeah, man. Took him on his first tour of the U.S. and that was a great time in our lives because we were so young and just hungry, and we just wanted to minister. It wasn't really about ego or going platinum in the streets. It was about where can I tell somebody about Jesus,
Right, the real Great Commission.
Absolutely, the real Great Commission. Thank you for saying that. So, and eventually, that the label kind of fell apart or whatever due to some internal issues or whatever. But that kind of left me in a position where I figured, well, we perish for lack of knowledge. So I went to school and got my degree in music business.
Hey.
From Glendale Community College. Although I was attending my church at the time was the River Life, and so I was being mentored by my pastors, who are my pastors now. And so I've always had the street side of me, but also the church side as well as a duality in my life, so to kind of keep me grounded. And like you said, I've been on a lot of tracks. I've produced and written, and I've always felt like I was, supposed to be the motivator, the person to cast a vision for the artist. And as it turned out, it never quite panned out the way I always saw it. So this particular year, I said to myself, just before the new year, I said, you know what? To me, it's all or nothing. I'm going to go full force with what I feel God has for me to do, and not to discredit anyone I've worked with in the past, or to say it's all about me. I'm going to do me. That's not my mentality. But at some point in life, you have to take yourself seriously enough to even want to go out there on your own. And two, I've been trained for this moment. So at some point, you have to get out of the nest and kind of, and do your thing. So that's where I'm at, really.
Wow, that's powerful what you just said, and it really really speaks to me, and probably just like Club Light Radio as a whole, because we're kind of walking that same path along with you, where you have something and it's always been stirring and always been brewing, but
Absolutely.
Like you said, you have to take yourself and what you're doing seriously at some point. And I find that we spend a lot of time, people like us spend a lot of time building everybody else. But we don't spend a lot of time building what God has given us to do. And he's like, hey, I got something for you too. Something I want you to do. And if you would put that much energy into what I gave you, then watch it blossom. And for you, I mean, people would think that it was just overnight, but it really wasn't. And God is really opening opportunities for you that people would just, drool over right now. I mean, Tell the people a little bit about what's been going on over the last 2 months, because this guy puts on a music video release on Facebook, okay? Just a Facebook invite, and all of a sudden it goes viral. And it goes viral, right? And he films this video like overnight, and it's awesome, and it goes viral. And before I know it, he's actually playing right now. His song is playing in the mix of secular FM radio stations here in Phoenix, and he's the only gospel guy in that mix. So tell us a little bit about that, because it seems like you're working with some new people and new connections, and these doors are just opening for you.
Great segue. Before I touch on that, one of my favorite Bible characters, if you will, is David. And I feel like my life parallels his to a certain extent, because when they were looking for the new king of Israel, there were so many people who seemed to be more qualified for that job, right? Right. And here's little old David. He's out there, and he's with his sheep, and he's doing his thing. And the prophet says, I want that one. The one that doesn't quite fit the profile, I want him. And it's funny because even though he was anointed to be king, he did not become king until later.
Preach.
There was a process, you know what I'm saying? Here's the funny part, he actually got to go into before the king Saul and play for him. And I imagined in my head one day, wow, what was that like, walking into the king's castle or his kingdom and seeing all of the furniture and seeing all of the servants, not knowing that at some point those will be his furniture and those will be his servants, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like my life is kind of like that. I've been around people that have gotten so close to what they wanted out of life, but not quite was able to get over that hump, and to actually, get their crown, if you will. And I'm trying my best to learn from their mistakes. I can be honest with you, because I'm just being real, because I feel like we need true, authentic Christians in several different places, and the enemy wants to test your character, but if you just stand firm and believe in the vision that God gave you and keep your character in check, there's no door that you really shouldn't be able to go through as long as God is opening that door. So
now that's amazing, you talking about character, because that's not something that tends to come up in our discussions a lot in recent years. And we find that a lot of people, if you're looking for it, you can find any doctrine to support any attitude that you feel like having. But one thing I think that we've kind of strayed away from is talking about the importance of character, and that it is important to actually be upstanding and upright before people.
So important. And I believe, I would attribute whatever success the public may perceive that I'm experiencing right now is what you just said, having character and maintaining good relationships.
Yeah.
Years. And it's funny, actually, one of the things that's on my calendar is on the 22nd, I'll be leading worship, and Pastor Jason Perez will be preaching.
Hit right there.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, wow, deja vu. You know, because I was like, wow, God. I mean, I remember going to the Fifth L, and that was such an integral part of my life. I love the Fifth L with all my heart. And,
oh, gosh, I think all of us are born out of the Fifth right now.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like to be like, I mean, that's my friend, too. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to usher in the presence of God and then set the atmosphere for him to come bring the word of God, it's so surreal. It's so surreal. I'm like, wow. It was like almost like God was saying, you know, and he actually, I know I'm getting off subject, but when my label kind of folded, for whatever reason, he was the main person that embraced me and said, you know what, it wasn't your fault, you know. And I remember one particular night, I was at a function and I was at the altar. I'm just bawling my eyes out, and I turn around, and this big old dude gives me a hug, and I'm like, I just broke. And he kept saying, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. And I'm so blessed to have brothers in my life that can not just be a friend, but can help build you up. I mean, that's a kingdom relationship where the person sees you going through something, and they don't just give you any of words. They wait for the right moment, opportunity to say the right word, and it just totally changed my outlook on my situation. So, off subject, but I had to put that out there. I mean, I really.
I think somebody needs to hear that because I don't think that we ever focus on the fact that men have needs too.
Absolutely.
And it's funny because you would think that even in church that would be something that would be commonplace, but we find that sensitivity and that emotion that they still leave that stuff to the girls and forget that men have needs too.
Absolutely.
And so for you to be able to have that kind of space and that kind of brotherhood where you can feel safe enough to say, hey, I'm broken right now.
I'm broke.
And embrace that. I'm broken. I'm hot. My mess is hot and I'm hot. You know,
absolutely.
It's all hot.
Absolutely. But again,
I'm crying.
Literally, I'm like in public, come on, guys, don't do that. Come on now. But so that's just how sincere that time was. But I thank God for a brother who put away the macho, whatever, the machismo, and say, you know what, this man needs my help right now.
Yeah.
But which kind of brings us to today. Good relationships, having character, and then just knowing my craft too. I mean, the video that I put out on New Year's Eve was something that was really birthed out of just prayer. I didn't intend on making that song or the video. I just simply saw a few Facebook posts about a situation that happened here in Phoenix where the young man had gotten murdered by some police officers, and it really it touched my heart. So one day, just God said, okay, it's time. So I turned the mic on, no pencil, no paper, no iPad, no device, and just that song just came out. So
wow. I mean, it was super timely. It was timely.
I think that's really why it's kind of doing its thing, because I didn't write it, per se. I would love to take credit. I mean, I copywrote it. I ain't gonna lie about that. But I didn't actually sit down with the intention of writing that kind of record.
Wow. And I'm telling you again, if you haven't heard this song or seen this video, you can go right to radio.clublightradio.com and check it out. And so we have Armando. Oh man, Armando, it is so cool. You have your own hashtag, and you talk in the song about not having your own, not being on hashtag. Right. And he has his own hashtag. It's like Pablo Armando, and it's way cool. It's way cool. I Can't Breathe is the name of the song, and you really do need to check it out because it's nice.
Thank you. So yes, that's the song that's on the radio right now. It's been played on 99.1 FM and also 101 The Beat with the Beat Locker crew. Shout out to them. Poker Face, Luana. Shout out to them. And for picking that song, because again, there was other people in line for that position, but for whatever reason, I got the email that it was go time. So it's go time. So.
Oh my gosh! And you got stuff coming up this month too. Like you hooked up with some major names across the country in Christian hip hop, and I'm sure that this is a good time to tell people what's going on this month in Phoenix, because it seems like we got good stuff coming every month right now. And this year it's just been on pop, and it's only February.
Definitely. Well, I think you're referring to the Bizzle No Malice concert. Uncommon Culture in the building. Davis Absolute in the building. I mean, it's going to be a whole slew of just great Christian hip-hop on February 27th. That is going to be at, actually, at the flyer in front of me. How funny is that? Tempe Redemption Church.
Tempe Redemption Church is like 5 minutes from my house. I can't wait to I swear, I'm going to be running I'm going to be streaking. They're going to see me just running, catching fire running.
You're too funny. 7 o'clock, you can get tickets at phoenixinvasion.eventbrite.com. Definitely want to check it out. And actually, I'm attached to, but I like to give credit due. That's an Extreme Faith, also a March 16 and 15 commission production. So I'm just happy to be a part of it. But they are really doing some great things. My good friend. My good friends at the March 15 Commission, they are really looking to, for lack of better wording, reunite the Christian hip-hop scene, both here and in Tucson. So they got to Tucson. So we definitely are trying to do things in a more structured way and get things, get it popping, like you said. Get it popping for Jesus.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Jesus. Like, Bizzle. Come on now, Bizzle.
Come on. I'm actually excited to hear No Malice because of his story with the Clips and his legacy with, being one of the dopest, lyricists out. I'm really...
It's going to be neat.
Come on, man. It's going to be awesome. And I
mean, Uncommon Culture, I mean, as soon as On It came out, we were playing it on the station. I mean, I've been on it since On It came out.
Lee, B-Faye, R. Collins. I mean, we're also doing a cypher, so,
Hey.
Yeah, Good News Gang. A lot of cats conscious. Man, it's going to get real good. Real good.
This is a good time for people from California to drive down.
For real.
Vegas, California, right? We're calling you out. We come to everything. You guys come to something.
We're calling you out right now. I promise you it's going to be an amazing time. And I'm just blessed to be a part of that. That's coming up February 27th.
So tell us, how can we find you? How can we find you? Tell everybody, give them all your contacts. I mean, we're playing a song. Played a song at the beginning of the show. We're gonna play a Club Life favorite of yours at the end of the show because they need to know God in your life. My 5-year-old, my 6-year-old walk around singing that song. God in your life. I mean, it has to be our intro. It couldn't be any better. It's like hot music, and good lyrics that don't stop. But please tell everybody how to find you, please.
The main way would probably be Facebook.com/Pablo Armando. I do have Twitter at Pablo_R_Armando. And then also Gmail, Pablo.R.Mondo@gmail.com. It's so weird making those things, right? I mean, you have to be creative. You're like,
you have to, or else you're not going to get the name. It's good, or you'll be like Pablo Armando 67429.
Exactly. I'm like, then it's taking what? How you take my name? That's my real name. That's my government name. You know what I'm saying?
This is my name.
Right. You can't take my name.
All 394 of you with the numbers of that. Give me my name back.
Okay. Seriously. So definitely a website will be coming soon. I'm working on a full-length album. Yay. That is very exciting. Guys been downloading different things, and one of the things that I want to do with this project, I want to challenge the culture. Not just the Jesus culture, but culture in general. One of the songs, I haven't written it yet, but the chorus says, "We don't need more preachers. We need leaders." It used to be one and the same. We don't need more husbands. We need fathers. It used to be one and the same. One and the, you know what I'm saying? Just provoking some thought. You know what I'm saying? I'm not anti-preacher by no means, but I'm provoking the thought of, if you're going to be a pastor, then be a pastor, be a leader, be a shepherd, be in people's lives. Don't just, preach and go home. If you want to be someone's husband and you have children, well, be in your kid's life.
Okay, it's like challenge.
Come on, turn the game off for a minute and do something with kids.
Right, be a daddy. You hear that, folks? Be a daddy.
Absolutely. So I'm excited about it. I'm very excited about it.
Well, I'm excited. I'm always, and you know we're going to have you on the show a million times because you just keep putting out new stuff. So you're a family. So you're regular. It's bottom line.
Absolutely. I feel the same way about you. Definitely.
Oh, so
You and your hubby.
yes. Bigfoot Mike is always serious about everything that you got going on. I mean, he's like definitely one of your biggest fans right now. So.
Oh man, I appreciate that definitely.
We love you here. So everybody, please make sure that you check him out, Pablo Armando. Music for days. He sings as well as he raps, and he produces as well as he does both. And he obviously loves the Lord even more than that. So
definitely.
Check him out. Hit him up on Twitter, Facebook, anywhere that you can find him. You can always contact us here at the station. Check us out, radio.clublightradio.com. And we're going to play another track right now. And this is Pablo Armando with God in Your Life.
Great.
Collaboration music is in the building.
Y'all ready? There's only one way to heaven. I'm sorry if the media deceived the brethren. Bread of life is unleavened, like Paul on trial, I act 24/7. To bring you the gospel, I don't care if you atheist, Muslim, or Pentecostal. My God can do the impossible. The church is not a soap opera, it's a general hospital. So bring your problems and your conflicts. My God gets the glory from pimps, players, and convicts. He promised, take away the nonsense, the lies and the gossip, the chronic and the gin and tonic. So homie, told me that ain't good news. Open up your heart and let him in is what you should do. So for all those who feel disconnected, just know that you haven't been rejected. Life like monopoly. Every situation's motivated by economy. Kids hate their parents, that's a self-fulfilled prophecy. There's less faith in God than there is in the lottery. And that's an ill dichotomy. Those people think God is just a hypothesis. But if you just think logically, despite man's philosophy, we're all God's property. The universe means one word, so don't you get it twisted. Earth was not formed, it was spoken to existence. Man did not evolve, he was made in his image. Grace is sufficient, praise is a privilege. So homie, tell me that ain't good news. Open up your heart and let him in is what you should do. So for all those who feel disconnected, just know you haven't been rejected. Every rapper's got a Jesus piece, but most of them don't have Jesus peace. On the streets, it's either he's a beast, unchained Django, slave to the industry. They write songs about their misery. They know they're going to hell and they want lots of company. God gives life abundantly. Suddenly your recovery begins with the discovery